Hello and good evening for Thursday, September 26, 2024. Week 10 double eviction is over in the Big Brother 26 house, but we're just getting started here on Super Mater Brothers podcasting, a live stream here on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch, or you may be listening to us on audio. I'm Dave Mater, and we're going to break it all down here. Everything that happened in this week 10, not just the double eviction itself, but everything leading up to it, as we get our third and fourth members of the jury. Leah and Angela. It's all over. We're gonna talk all about it. Oh, there goes the cat. Oh, he's gonna one out in a second. Jaemeel Robinson coming in with his hot takes tonight.
Might not be that hot.
Might not be that hot. Of course, joining us once again, it's Darryl Clarke, the man, the legend, the guy who still has two members in this final five, as do I, in our draft. How you doing tonight, Darryl?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're feeling good about Chemo and Rubina going in here into the stretch.
No, they'll be the next. I think they'll be picked off next.
I think you're right. That's looking very likely. We're gonna talk all about it, guys. Spoilers ahoy, of course. Well, I already talked a lot about it, but Jaemeel, how are you feeling? How would you characterize your mood at this hour?
I'm like, where's Jeff? Where's Jeff to get?
Hold on, let me just let the cat out. But you and Darryl,
you hear that? No, you're supposed to do the line. Maybe you might know the line, Darryl. Do you hear that?
No,
Nothing but the rain.
Nothing but the rain.
Oh, maybe Dave. Dave, do you hear that?
What's that?
Nothing but the rain.
Nothing but the rain.
So grab your gun and let the cat out. Okay, it's Battlestar Galactica.
I don't really remember that one, Jaemeel. Sorry.
Starbuck and Adama used to say to each other.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I need to do a rewatch of that show on Live Long and Podcast. But
was it? You're supposed to bring in the cat, not let the cat out, but I was whatever. Anyways,
I did the cat out of the bag. I'm familiar with the term,
Anyways, Jeff should have been here to get his comeuppance. I have been a person who's never skirted being on the program when my player gets eliminated. I just felt Jeff should have, showed up.
You mean Leah, right? Well, he still has Mackenzie, and it was kind of like, who is his other draft pick in this. Mackenzie. Yeah, he has the okay. We got to talk about this final five. There's a lot to talk about here. I think we need to really just break down how this week went in this Mackenzie HOH, where she basically ends up taking out her longtime ally in Leah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here, and like you see a lot of the clips in this final Thursday episode where, Leah's just like to Mackenzie, I never was going to put you up. This is like crazy. And it doesn't make sense. And it's not even in your best interests. Right. And when I found out the news last night, that's kind of how it went. Darryl, what is it? Did Chelsea just work her magic here on Mackenzie too well? Is that ultimately what happened here?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, she got in her head, making her think that the next step with Leah and Angela coming after her. So she had to get rid of the biggest threat.
Right. The biggest threat. I have to get Leah out of here for. Like it didn't, I just think that ultimately Chelsea was, too strong of an influence on Mackenzie. Mackenzie allowed herself to get snowed here a bit, Jaemeel, I think, in a lot of ways. But on the other hand, I can kind of see the logic of wanting, you got to get out everybody at some point. And, it doesn't make sense to get rid of Leah and Angela at this stage, take out a duo. You go into this final five with basically a duo and a trio.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
So, So let's take a step back to Leah's HOH and how, let's target Rubina and T-Core because we don't want both, sides of the house to get angry. What's the end result of that? Oh yes, Leah's gone. Angela's gone, her partner, and the duo and the trio are still there. So I don't know.
It's-
Sounds like someone was a little bit right. Just saying.
Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, Jaemeel. I'm just saying, like, there's a logic here. You can kind of, look at it a few different ways. Is all I'm trying to say.
And there'll be a lot of time for Leah to look at it different ways in the jury house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. This was a lot of our debate last week about what Leah did with her HOH. Ultimately, she decided to not target like Mackenzie and Chelsea and Cam, and it kind of did come back to bite her here. I guess ultimately she decided instead to go after T-Core. And you can look at the T-Core Rabina Chemo trio as being the weaker, at least maybe competition wise, of those two sets of trios. Yeah, like Leah and Angela were sort of at, they had this option of like, who do they want to sort of align themselves with? Ultimately, they must not have been the best plan for either of them, because they a week later they're both gone. So this didn't quite go their way. But could they have played it differently? Basically, Jaemeel, you were advocating strongly last week. It should have been a Chelsea T-Core target, or that's who Leah should put up, and ultimately try to get Chelsea out, even, if you can. I don't know who to put Chelsea up against to get her out last week.
T-Core.
Well, I think they might still vote out T-Core.
So what would end up happening is it would be 2 votes for Chelsea, 2 votes for T-Core, and then Leah would have Angela would be the tiebreaker.
And Angela would have voted out Chelsea?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So if that had happened, right? Well, hey,
hindsight is 2020, or in terms of my vision, 2040. It went up. My vision improved since my surgery. So
mine's 2030. Is that good?
Might not be good.
I don't know.
Mine was 2060 after my surgery, and now is 2040.
Okay, but hindsight is 2020.
Correct.
To say. So we can't dwell on what happened last week, Jaemeel. We have to think about this week, which is also over. But come on, let's live in the moment here. We're just catching up here on 3 episodes basically this week. This Mackenzie HOH and veto win that she ends up going through here. And basically Chelsea is just like, oh yeah, well, Chemo and Rabina told me that Leah wants to get, is worried about you or something, along those lines. And that was enough to get Mackenzie going. But I think Mackenzie is just kind of in an alliance, whether she knows it or not, with Chelsea and Cam. Yeah. And that's just kind of what happened here. She kind of just did what her alliance told her to do.
Which is the best way to run your own HOH. Best way.
Well, it's not the best way. But it's not completely unexpected from a young 22-year-old here, I think, is also how I'm kind of reading.
Wait, are we playing the age card with Mackenzie and saying she didn't know better because she was hoodwinked because of her age?
Well, not that Chelsea's like her elder or anything.
Yeah.
Chelsea's 5 years older than her. Like, it's not crazy, but I think that I'm seeing a little naivete here from Mackenzie in her game here. Well, but on the other hand, Mackenzie is a dominant challenge competitor here, and she is, she could win out even in this final 5, save herself at the right times. She can go the distance here in this final 5. Well, let's
Chemo.
Maybe that's Chemo. Yeah, like
he saved himself with veto.
I was so angry. I was so angry.
Okay, if he had stayed up on the block against Angela, would they have voted Chemo out?
No, they would still have voted Angela.
Yeah.
But what should have happened, or what was hoping, was Rabina actually win something, take Chemo off, and they would have to put up Chelsea, right? And then Chelsea would have went home. No, not Chelsea. Sorry, Mackenzie would have went home.
Right.
Which would have been hilarious.
Just about this final 5 that we end up with here. Like, who is your favorite to win right now, Darryl? Like, who would you say? You got Cam, you got Chelsea, you've got Chemo, Rabina, and Mackenzie.
This next HOH, I think that'll decide it. Like, if Chemo wins or Rabina wins at HOH, they're putting. She's like, I'm sure Chelsea and Cam are going up.
Chelsea and Cam are going. So, but what if? Okay, so what if Cam's? I somehow doubt this, but what if Cam somehow is the next HOH?
Then it's Chemo and Rubina are up.
By a long shot.
And if Mackenzie is the next,
yeah, Chemo and Rubina are up if any of those other three win.
If any of the other three win between Chemo and so Mackenzie, okay, but is okay. So let's say Mackenzie, she puts up Chemo Rubina, and somehow they don't win the veto. They end up being the final. They still stay up there next week. You said they might get picked off next, right? So let's say they vote out Chemo next week, and then the week after that, somehow Rubina gets voted out. So now we're down to a final three here: Chelsea, Cam, Mackenzie in 2 weeks. I think Cam and Chelsea are going to be loyal to each other. I think Mackenzie is the bottom rung there. Or am I wrong? Is Cam potentially?
They're going to both take Chelsea, and Chelsea's going to win. That's the sad That's the sad part about this. Like, I can't begrudge Chelsea for playing the better game, but at the same time, it's just so like the equation is there because like I just don't see people voting for Cam or Mackenzie over Chelsea.
Cam and Mackenzie, but like tonight, Jane just says to me like, "What do you like?" Especially, I agree with this completely. Like Cam and Chemo, like these guys, are they even on the show? Like you barely notice these two. Like they're just kind of like wastes of space, Like they're just kind of like they're not contributing much. Like Angela was one of the most entertaining characters. Leah, one of the most like they keep voting people out based on entertainment factor. Yeah. I'm sick of it.
Cam hasn't done nothing the whole season. Like at least Chemo, they've thrown him up on the block like every week, so you see him. But Cam is just like in the background, having one of those either Chelsea or Mackenzie laying across him in the back.
Right, like he's just chilling. He's just like at summer camp. This feels like for him, and he's like, I might win $750,000. That'd be cool. Shout out on my dogs in the crib.
Exactly. Yeah,
it'd be what? How many years? Like 5-year contract in the CFL?
It'd be potentially
$750,000. Yeah, that would be well. He never played, but
it's more than he made in the CFL for sure.
Oh shit! Exactly.
Right. I don't know. He's just been sort of like a non-factor. Like Rubina has been entertaining at times, Her
facial reactions of how bad she's doing during challenge. She's like, I don't know this answer.
Yeah. Like Rubina, I feel like Rubina is like the there's a sleeper in this final five. It's her. Like, well, just like somebody you wouldn't expect to sort of maybe win this whole thing, like, but maybe it's not impossible that somehow Rubina wins this. Right.
No, it's not because they like if Chelsea turns on Mackenzie, she'll need somebody else to back her up to get rid of her.
But who's voting for Rubina at the end?
Tucker would have.
Tucker's not a part of the jury. He's having parties right now.
Okay. Presumably Chemo would and T-Core would vote for Rubina.
Would T-Core really? I guess T-Core would. She would.
If she's up there, if she's up there and Chemo's not, like if it was Chemo and Rubina final two, then I think T-Core's voting for Chemo. But I think if Rubina is up there against anybody else, then she's going to get T-Core's vote.
So she gets 2 votes.
At least two.
She's only getting 2. Is Angela voting for Rubina?
No.
Is Quinn voting for Rubina?
Maybe.
No, he would not. He would not care. She has won one challenge.
Okay, Leah could vote for her.
I don't know about that.
Darryl, like
it depends who she's against. Like if she's against Chelsea, I don't think that.
I think T-Core would still vote for Chelsea.
No,
well, that's true. Like T-Core, like I think T-Core could vote for Chelsea in the final two against. Yeah, maybe if it's Chelsea and Rubina, yeah, I could see T-Core voting for Chelsea in that scenario. But if it's like if it's like Rubina and Mackenzie, I think it's going to, I think T-Cor's voting for Rubina all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
I think it's a real long shot for her to even get to the final two.
It is, especially if they, they're presumably going to target Chemo first, because that seems to be the trend that they've been going for, is like keep nominating Chemo.
Because he could win a challenge.
He could win a challenge, but then he does. He's saved himself on the block twice now, or at least just once.
I think just once.
Yeah, just the last time.
The season record continuing veto use.
8 in a row.
8 in a row. It's like it must be used almost. Like it's almost like you shouldn't even have the option not to use it anymore based after this season.
You get it. You have to use it.
We've retired the option, and it's now just you must take somebody down, no matter who it is.
Yeah,
that would be something.
I was so hoping Rubina was going to win that veto.
Like tonight?
Yeah.
So are you rooting for Rubina and Chemo?
No, I just wanted to be exciting. Because like it seemed like Angela was a given from like the jump, and then they put Chemo up and then I love how Chelsea's like, I could either put up Rubina or Mackenzie. I'm like, Mackenzie isn't even an option. You just let serve.
Right. But like if you look at this, how this went tonight or this week, right? If like I know it was not the right move for Mackenzie. I think we kind of all agree, for her to target Leah ultimately here, backdoor Leah and put her up. But that was I think the right move for Chelsea. I think it was the right move for Cam even. And so I had a point here about how
I think Mackenzie and you are on the same wavelength. She's like, I know voting out Lindsay wasn't necessarily the best idea, but I think I have a point here. But
my point was, I was trying to get on to the second part of this double eviction. My point is that I can understand the rationale of going after Leah from certain perspective. People's in the house, right? Like they need to get Leah out. She's a threat to win this game. Sure, Angela, I agree, is still a threat to win this game, but less so. But so I like them voting her out here in the second part, getting her out in a double of all things. Like is it really necessary? Like was this the target in a double? Was it the correct move here for Chelsea? In this end game, is this the best case scenario, or could she have targeted a bigger fish competitor? Maybe Angela is one. Tell me out.
The bigger competitors are on her side, so why would she vote for a bigger competitor?
Yeah,
when the big competitors are helping you.
All right. Well, like Darryl, is targeting Angela in the second part of this double, or even getting her out at this stage, a good move for the rest of these house guests?
Oh yeah, they get Angela out. And now, like I said, now it's the big three together. They'll just pick off, Rubina.
So you saying so great job, Chemo.
Yeah. No matter what, like Angela was going, even if Chemo didn't win the veto.
If Rubina won and took Chemo off, that means Chelsea would have gone up. And then the people voting would have been Chemo and Rubina.
True. So you had to think about who the votes were going to be.
Not Chelsea. Sorry, it would have been Mackenzie most likely. That would have been hidden in the block.
But Cam would have been voting too.
And it would still be 2 votes to 1.
You think they would have taken out Mackenzie instead of Angela?
If they did not, they would be. Like I would be astounded. Like they should just end the game and just give the money to Chelsea right then and there. I would be. I don't know if I could watch the show. If they did, I don't think I could watch the show again. It would be unfathomable that they wouldn't take her off the board.
Okay, guys, in minutes, how long is roughly a week?
15,550 is what she wrote.
Well, yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, Angela versus Chelsea here in this tiebreaker.
10,050. I was like, what?
And
She wrote
put
1,080,
80.
but it was
Sorry,
actually
1,050. I meant.
the correct answer was 10,080, right?
Yes.
So I feel like Chelsea actually left out a 0 in her answer. She actually might have actually had the correct answer here, maybe.
I wish they just went with the person who was closest.
Because evidently that would have been Angela, right?
It would have been Angela.
But yeah, well, I think it would have. Yeah, I was rooting for Angela here in this to win this HOH, because if she had won this, I think it's a little bit more interesting of an outcome. I think for this final 5.
I think she would have put Chelsea and Mackenzie up.
Okay, and then who goes?
Cam.
Cam somehow ends up going
because one of them would win the veto, and taken Chelsea down, and then Cam would have went up, and then Cam would have went out.
Okay, but what if Cam had won the veto? He would take Chelsea down.
Take Chelsea down,
so
and then
they put up Angela. Who puts up who? Who does Angela?
She would probably put up Rubina, and then Rubina would go home.
And then Rubina would go. So then we get like a final 5 that has Angela instead of Rubina. Basically.
Yeah, and that sounds a lot more interesting and exciting to me.
Yeah, I think it would be better. I agree. Yeah, but you know what, Angela? You need to know how many minutes there are in a week. Not 15,000. You were closer. You were closer than Chelsea, but
just
you went over
that one extra 0 she had to put, and I'm like, no. No.
Right? If she had written 1,500, she would have been fine.
Yeah,
right? But she went too many zeros here.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a tough one, but that's how it goes. In these brother competitions, they are sacred. Can we also just like in the first part of this double eviction tonight, we get the speeches here from Angela and from Leah, right? When they and more okay. Angela's speech in itself is always something. It's like, I'm a big freaking brother. I can't believe it. It's like almost like Nicole Franzel, but older. It's
55 years old.
50 fun years old.
I'm 50 fun years old. Did you guys know I'm 40 fun years old? I didn't know that until tonight. But she's like, I this has been my dream. My kids are rooting for me, and I blah blah blah. Like,
flash forward to their house. Boo, mom, you suck.
Yeah. And so her speeches are always whatever, but you kind of know what to expect. Then Leah's speech. Oh my God! Has she ever given a speech before? I couldn't. This was tough. And then her eventual eviction that comes not long after this. Where she's. I thought she didn't think she did. She know she was going out 4-0 here in this vote.
I don't think
you got to think it. They got her up there, and they want to get rid of her. So.
But was it Rubina and Chemo said they were gonna get Leah out to get back for T-Core, and I'm like, oh gosh,
this is revenge for T-Core.
Yes, I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Worry about your own game. Don't worry about getting revenge for T-Core.
The best revenge is winning the game and
there's only one winner.
Right.
They got to realize
if Leah gets you a little further, I'm not saying she would necessarily if you're Rubina and Chemo. But maybe she was. I don't know. But
the trust that they have, like the hold that Chelsea has on people. They need to like bottle this whatever she has, bottle it up and sell it wholesale because it is ridiculous.
I think like Chelsea. What does she do for a living? Like she's got Chelsea. She's a nonprofit director. She should be in like sales. She's very convincing. I think she's she's really good at making a case. But she's I like Chelsea. Okay, we haven't touched on Zingbot this week, right?
Do we have to?
Well, most of those zings were pretty bad. But there was the one against Chelsea in particular that I thought was kind of more memorable. In terms of Zingbot going, Chelsea, you have no chance there with Cam or whatever it was, and then he was like, "Oh, don't worry, Chelsea, you have a chance." But it was like nobody was laughing. It got really awkward and dark, and that was my favorite part. And I was like, "This is what I live for the Zingbot."
Yeah.
Like the Zingbot, a lot of his like jokes are like gotten really tame over the years. Like what was like Mackenzie's got dirty feet, and
for whatever reason, like her feet are always black. They're always black, is what they're saying on feeds.
Okay, but like I guess that's something. And then
Leah's
Leah's not smart was kind of what's also positioned, or she's a dummy.
Which I think is more of an act than anything. I think she just she likes playing the ditzy blonde.
There's many forms of intelligence, and I think that Leah has,
we're not seeing it in this game.
Yeah, well, like tonight with her speech, you think she's never been in front of a crowd, Darryl.
Yeah, she didn't help herself there.
What I needed her was to write it down on her hand, and it's sweaty.
It was all like gone. I thought like Julie was gonna have to cut her off at some point. So okay, sorry, Leah, that's it.
Yeah, running a tight here. It's a double eviction.
Leah really trailed off there at the end, like, "Oh, thanks CBS or whatever." And then she just kind of like, fell into her chair there, and then she was crying on the way out. But then like she got a huge ovation when she came out of those doors.
Yeah, people liked her.
People really loved her. I think that kind of really lightened up her mood right away or cheered her up. And then she saw Julie, who A+ on the dress tonight on Julie Chen with the red dress.
Oh, you think Auntie was looking good?
Okay, yeah. Well, Auntie. Okay, can we talk about Auntie a little bit too? I think that this is an important subject you bring up because Julie clearly loves it, and Chelsea is like owning it. Chelsea is reinforcing it every time she can. She's like Auntie, 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 and Julie can't get enough of it.
Yeah,
Julie wants to be a part of the cookout. Okay, she wants to be invited to the cookout.
Yeah, well, I think she considers herself a member of the cookout now. Yeah, but your reaction, Darryl,
to Julie's dress,
to her loving this Auntie title.
Oh no, yeah, she now that she's back from COVID, she wants to be back in with everybody. So she's loving the Auntie, thinking
she's
that
loving it. She's going for it. And Chelsea is fully. She's like, I own this. I am the originator of Auntie with Julie. If this continues past the season,
look, Dave, we are gonna see her. It might not be next episode, but it's coming up, where she's going to, especially if she has like a one-on-one interview with Cam about her becoming one of the dogs, so she can be at the crib. You know what's coming. She's building.
What's that?
Shout out all my dogs at the crib.
Dogs at the crib. He did it twice
tonight in his vote. He went, shout out to my dogs in the crib again.
And yeah,
like
double eviction, so he gets to do it twice.
Yeah. They got double dogs.
Yeah,
double dog. Well, and speaking of Cam, like I know I've said it already tonight, but like I have this guy in the draft. I find him completely unrootable. I find him like I find him a very he's not objectionable either. He's sort of just present. He is a part of this final five, but I keep forgetting he's a part of this final five. I think he's.
I guess you could. Like, I would love if there was like commentaries. Like, it's like I guess you could win by virtue of you like existing in the house, but I don't know.
Yeah, like like what is Cam's path to win this game?
I don't know if he has one. He hasn't done nothing.
He wins out. He wins out, eliminates Chelsea, and goes to the final with Rubina.
That would be. Yeah.
What if Cam cut Chelsea for Mackenzie? Would that be like the ultimate betrayal to Chelsea?
He's not winning America's favorite player with the black community. I'm just saying. Because people are all salty about that. It is crazed.
You've seen some chatter.
I've seen some chatter.
Okay.
They're
Yeah. Well,
like,
Chelsea's
Cam's
going
with
a
the
little
snow buddy. Cam's with the snow buddy. it's
snow
like-
buddy. Oh.
Chelsea is not appealing to Cam.
No.
He said she
Cam
has a
doesn't-
chance.
No, Chelsea. Chelsea has zero chance.
Exactly.
Right? When all she does is constantly criticize that man, there's zero chance. Zero.
Yeah. I can see
Yeah.
him. I can see him taking her out if he has the chance.
He's taking her out like you're taking out your friend. It's like, okay, I'll take
No,
you
no.
out.
I mean, taking her out of the game.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If he that could be his path to win, right?
Yeah.
Like, could that earn some respect? Maybe
Not
like
from
if
Chelsea. Because Chelsea won't look at it as a game move. She will look at it as like, you want to get rid of me because you wanted Mackenzie to yourself.
and he might say yes, that's true. Or
What if he
I don't
takes
know.
out both? Takes out both of them.
If he
takes
takes
out
both
both.
of them, well, maybe and then if he has he does like the evil thing, I think he'll get Quinn's vote if he does that. And maybe like people like Leah's I could see or Angela. There's I don't know if Cam has that in him to do any of that. But that would be
Kaiser So says it.
Yeah, like I could imagine this reality where suddenly Cam comes alive and he's this whole other player for the last couple of weeks of this game. Seems unlikely.
It's like I told Tucker to do everything that he did. It was me.
It was me. I was always pulling all of the strings on all of this. You never saw it coming. I somehow doubt it. But I think that if he's going to do that, I think he has to wait till the final three because I don't think you want to send an angry Chelsea to that jury house, right? So, unless he has a chance to get rid of Mackenzie before that. But if he can get to the final three with Mackenzie and Chelsea, and then he cuts Chelsea,
you want him to go almost all the way with Chelsea, and how Chelsea only have like a couple of seconds. She's gonna be so super pissed off. No, I think it's the other way around.
I know she might attack him right on a live show, and I would love it, and we might get like a Kyland-esque moment, or something.
What about Kobe? It's gonna be like what's the name from Big Brother Canada 1, where it's like, no, I didn't vote for Cam. I voted against Cam. It's like, sorry, please sit down. You did vote.
You've been voted out, right? Like, just because I think like you would like if as long as Chelsea didn't get too sad, if she actually turned to a rage, that would be the most entertaining outcome I could actually imagine, right?
Yeah.
The other house gets to leave the house for their own safety.
Yeah, and it's just
right. Because if you then said that angry of a Chelsea to who was we just see who was just sent to the jury moments ago. Julie Chen, brings out Chelsea, and she has to be brought out like in one of those Silence of the Lambs kind of things, like stray jacket, the muzzle, and she's just going, and he's just there with like chilling with Mackenzie, going, "This is a great final two."
I would laugh so hard. That would be so great.
Yeah, I think that would be
Quinn would be clapping, and then Chelsea would just look at him and just stop and be like, "Sorry."
Yeah, that might be it. But so I think there's still some potential entertainment here. I don't know I think that's an unlikely scenario. But if Cam does that, I think Mackenzie's still potentially going to win that scenario. Like they might just like Mackenzie and respect Mackenzie's game more. To vote for her in the end, right?
Yeah,
so
it's going to be hard for Cam to win. Anyway, yeah.
For sure.
Mackenzie's been a more active participant in the game.
Yeah, she's won things, and she's just been more, like you said, more active. She's been there.
And she's had her back against the wall a few times. She's been on the block. She's sort of at the bottom of alliances and in the house in general, and has had to sort of claw her way, through this. She was with Matt Crazy Eyes.
This is for Matt.
For Matt, she also, I think that it depends on how they're gonna look at this move, which she does here with Leah this week. If they're gonna respect that or not. Once remember Leah and Angela are two of the votes right there, so you have to. There's only so many opinions to go around, but how T-Core and Quinn are potentially going to look at that.
I think they could be more analytical, but I think T-Core will eventually vote for our friends.
Yeah,
if given the option.
once Chemo and Rabina get to the jury house, you know, they'll they'll vote for her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this exit interview here tonight with Angela was the other thing I wanted to touch upon. Just her talking to Julie, she was kind of like mile a minute, like I'm on TV, yeah. 50 fun. Her
I would have won if they left me.
I would have won. I would have beat all you. And like that was kind of funny.
I could when she says it, I could just hear the Rob Cesarino voice that he often like when he's doing a rant or something. He's like, I could have beat all of you.
Yeah, I would have won this whole game. Was that what Sister Nino did back in the day?
What? No, I mean like he does on podcasts when he's like he does like a irrational rant. That's his irrational rant voice that she has there.
Right. Yeah, like I just thought, like, I don't know, like Angela as a character, like her winning here in the end, I guess, was a potential. I just felt like it was how the rest of the house guests looked at her. It was hard to say how she was going to be evaluated in the end. I think Leah was a bigger threat than Angela in the end here. But to take out Angela the stage, I guess from Chelsea's point of view, it's still a good move. And I left that thing on the bed. Sorry about that, Jane. If you're listening. But
she's like, Dave!
I heard like a little ding because my belt buckle would have fallen off the bed there. Make a little clang sound. You probably couldn't hear that.
So everyone, you can go back and freeze frame when Darryl knows that he messed up. When Dave knows that he messed up.
Oh.
You feel like a record scratch.
I was meaning to get back to that. And all that. So next week we get a jury house update, you imagine?
Yeah.
I think so. And how do you think that the Quinn T-Core week is going to be reported upon? Like,
they're going to talk about how much Quinn misses Leah.
And then he reunited with her.
Yeah.
Are they a thing? Is this like is Cam Quinn and Leah?
Quinn's just gonna eat pints of ice cream, hoping that he's ready for when Leah shows up. He's like, I gained 20 pounds. It's like, you are looking a lot cuter than you did before.
She has to live up to this chubby chaser thing that she's. It's apparently part of her persona, her mystique, and everything else. And yeah,
I want to like. Is it bad that I'm like, I don't believe you? I want to see pics of your like ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, like I don't know. Leah's kind of an enigma to me, like in terms of in some ways, right? Because she had this whole.
She looked pretty excited that she'd be going to the jury house to see him.
She did, but this whole season she was like, "No, I don't like him." It was almost getting into stalker, creepy territory at some point, and then all of a sudden, like she's like, "I love this man." All of a sudden, and so hey, good on her.
Why could you be sooner? Why couldn't you say it sooner? We could have more time.
Right, but now they get at least a couple weeks together now, right? They'll be reunited tomorrow.
The driver is Samoan, and unfortunately, Quinn misses his window.
And she's like, I met the driver, and he's so nice,
Yeah.
Like when the season's over, he's getting out. I guess that's
like, you're only 150. He's 230 on the scale. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Quinn. More bonbons if you can. Put on the pounds there. Maybe he's been working on it all week. Who's to say? Yeah, I think Quinn was potentially a vote for Leah. I guess that's partly why she gets targeted too here. So they probably think about who likes Leah, and it was kind of like everybody. I understood. That's why with Angela, I was like, people like her, but I don't think they were going to give her the win unless it was like maybe her and Cam. I don't know, but like or something like that. But she said she was loyal to Chemo in her exit interview here. Yeah. Chemo was her boy.
Yeah, because she knows she could beat Chemo. That's why Chemo would just start crying. I'm representing all the Hawaiian.
This is for Hawaii. Yeah, he always does that every time. He's like, "Aloha, Julie." It's kind of my favorite. Okay, well, sorry guys. I feel like there was like all this stuff in the
Dude.
week, and I'm like, hey,
Dude, not much happened. This was a pretty ABC week. Mackenzie won all the power.
yeah,
Mackenzie got snowed, voted
Right.
out her ally. Then in the double, Chelsea got Angela up. The other members of the team, or other members like Chemo and Rabina, did not try to rebel against the plan. They were mostly looking to save themselves.
Yeah.
And the week went off without a hitch in terms of everyone what the HOH wanted to do, they got done.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Darryl, like, is there...
Now they have it lined up to get rid of Chemo and Rabina. Boom, boom.
Pretty much. Like, is there a okay? But what if Chemo and Rabina somehow win? You know, back-to-back weeks here.
They don't.
They don't. There's no way, right?
Yeah, it would be the shock of the season to see those two win anything. Even though, Chemo won the veto, but
he did win tonight, right? Like,
as long as Rabina didn't win, there was no danger.
He thought he was the first out in the HOH,
which
when he got he got the first one wrong, so he like backs up and doesn't answer again, and it's like, give us an answer, Chemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you like the little Chelsea and Chemo side conversation in the double tonight, where she's like, "Well, whoever goes up, it doesn't matter because we're going after Angela," and he's like, "It's either going to be Rabina or Cam," and she's just like, "Not Rabina, but Cam, yeah, for sure." And she's like, "Well, we'll see."
No, she said Mackenzie or Cam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Mackenzie. Yeah, he's like
Mackenzie or
Rabina.
Mackenzie. You're right. It was Mackenzie or Rabina.
And there was no chance she was going to put up Mackenzie.
I laughed when she said that. I said, "Yeah, you're never putting up
You're going to trust Rabina and the thing to make a decision?" No, she wasn't going to do that.
No.
Right. Look at the background.
Yeah, it's this HOH is all that depends on that.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no chance we won't get a result of that tonight, right? On spoilers, does anyone know?
I don't even think they're gonna try the challenge tonight because they don't they're going to stretch it out for Sunday because Sunday they have an episode and then Vito's not till Thursday. Like in terms of presentation for video, so they have more than enough time. They don't have to rush to get to the veto before Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
right,
because there's no Wednesday episode.
Which I'm happy about, quite frankly, because we're in the middle of Survivor season here too, and I don't like to try to fit in Survivor and Big Brother on Wednesday night. It's a lot to ask, I think, for the viewers, especially when you're asking an hour and a half episode each program,
and then we get a 2-hour Thursday episode.
This, in a post like streaming world, here we are in the 2020s. That's a lot of commercials. That's all I'm saying, right? For this era, right? So the audience is saying, "Come on, break it up." Fine, I don't know if I need three Big Brother episodes right now, especially when you get a kid down to final 5. How much can they really show?
What are they going to? They're going to be showing the jury house.
Show me jury house.
That's what a lot of the show's going to be.
Yeah. Do you think there will be an Angela Quinn feud in the jury house?
No, they're going to keep their distance.
That'd be cool.
I want to see Angela cause some kind of drama.
Angela just kicks the crap out of Quinn because an absolute
throws him in the pool.
Yeah, she just throws him in the pool. He's like, Or if she she hates showmances, right? She originally went after the Matt Mackenzie showmance, or the potential of one at least. What if she's just like, I don't like it in the jury house either,
Exactly.
and she Leah, you could do better than this man.
Yeah.
They go to a buffets to pick up men.
Yeah, could be.
This is his 8th plate, Leah. Come on, you have to really look at that. Quinn's a 2-plater max.
Quinn's not big enough for you. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
right.
He's a 2-plater max.
He's not going to the buffet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming on again. It was fun talking about another week here. We only got 3 weeks left. This will end on October 13th. That is the upcoming date for this
Thanksgiving
finale.
weekend.
Canadian Thanksgiving weekend,
You
or
could just say Thanksgiving weekend.
or Columbus
It's the
Day, I guess.
Real one. It's the real Thanksgiving.
In the States.
Chronicon weekend.
Chronicon weekend. Is that the New York Comic Con?
No, that's Chicago.
No. That's in Chicago. Kevin's.
Yeah, New York
Thing.
Comic Con is the following week. So the 15th.
Yeah. Are you going to that, Jaemeel?
I will officially announce that I decided to pass on New York Comic Con. But if anyone is interested in New York Comic Con and it's free on Thursday, I might have something special for you.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm actually not going to go to Chronicon either.
Uh-oh. There's been a lot of cold feet I've been seeing in terms of Chronicon.
No, I have a reason. I'll tell you guys once we're off the air. But
Ooh, inside scoop.
But you guys heard it here first. Jaemeel will not be going to New York Comic Con this year. This is the official announcement. This is breaking the scoop we got here.
New York is expensive.
This is true.
Expensive. And my last situations with Airbnbs didn't really pay off that well in New York.
The mayor of New York was indicted today. Did you?
Yeah,
I heard.
Historic. So maybe that could, is contributing to some of the ills there. I don't know why it's getting so expensive.
I wonder if one day Donald Trump will run for mayor of New York.
I don't know. Maybe one of his kids. I could.
Don Jr. Don Jr.
No, probably Barron. But anyway, he's not from there. He's from the one from Florida. We'll somehow do it anyway. So what else to say, guys? Here, I guess we'll sign off for tonight. Darryl, you got anything you want to promote other than the Comic Cons coming up?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I got nothing.
How are you feeling about this season of Survivor? We haven't really talked about that. How are you feeling about Team Darryl, which is actually only is half over now?
Cut in half already.
Cut in half already. You still got Annika though.
Yeah. I don't think she'll last long either.
She could.
She was looking a little. She might be rubbing people the wrong way on the Yellow Tribe. In particular, Sam, I think, is not feeling her.
Just like TK, he just rubbed everybody the wrong way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, TK. Well, that's he's Mr. Competitive, right? And if they don't value winning, what can he do about it? That was kind of the reality there.
They're laughing.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about Team Dave, though. We got Saul
power.
We got Saul power. He doesn't need soul power or willpower. He's got Saul power.
Let's see. You got Team Jaemeel.
Team Jaemeel. Team Jaemeel is all right. It's got.
Gabe was giving me like heart palpitations this week.
Right. Team Foster is the biggest disaster. It appears. Right. It's a little all over the place.
I apologize for what I said about Andy, but I still stand by my statements. He does not seem stable and should not be on a game show.
Exactly.
He seems a little dangerous, potentially, a little unstable. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, but we're going to see how this goes. I think we'll get one of those like previous next time about Survivor. It's like, dude, it's like that music where it's like, like him stabbing that rice bag last night. Yeah, I think we might see that kind of stuff. But it's so far I'm enjoying this cast. Coming in here. So new era, Darryl. We're the new era on Survivor 47. What a crew. All right. Well, check us out of course, on Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we'll be talking about that. And soon, the Mary Maid and Marvel Society will be talking about Agatha all along. I think there's a new episode out today. I got to go check it out. Right?
Yep.
So, I liked the first 2 episodes. I was enjoying it. So,
yep. Down the Witch's Road. And then Bad Monkey is wrapping up, which is a show I've been enjoying a lot. Bad Monkey.
I haven't heard about that one.
I got to catch up on that.
And Apple TV. I think it's Apple TV. It's with Vince Vaughn.
It's gone.
Well, speaking of Apple TV, I just noticed that the 4:30 movie is now on Apple TV as well. So I have to go check in Canada at least. Apparently, so I'm gonna go check that out. I think I can just watch. Apparently, I looked at it last night and it was there.
We have Canada does not have a theater distribution deal. It's straight to streaming.
Yeah, because I thought it was supposed to go to streaming October 1st.
Well, like from what I could tell last night, it was watchable. I didn't actually try to watch it though, so we'll see how it goes. But if I can watch it,
very disappointed.
Yeah,
well, I haven't seen it yet either. So,
I might see it before all of you.
Yeah, I've been too busy working.
Too busy working. Well,
the week it came out, I was in San Francisco. I couldn't find it. The closest one to me in San Francisco was like 60 miles away, and I wasn't gonna.
Yeah. I guess.
James Elkins said he drove all the way to Hollywood to watch it.
Oh, really?
From Sacramento.
He's crazy.
I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, he may have went to the because Kevin did a Q&A.
Yeah, so you did both
in Hollywood at
Amoeba.
Well, no, Ryan James.
Yeah,
works at the Lamley in Hollywood.
I should have went last time I was down there. Damn.
Yeah, so he just started working. He's a manager there now.
I want to see the manager.
Right, James. He's like that's right in Hollywood. You're saying?
He's what?
That's like that theater that he's managing.
Yeah, and so they did a Q&A, and then Harley and Austin were there too to watch it.
Okay, and so he's just doing the same thing, taking the movie around, doing like sort of Q&As after his screenings.
No, he just did it there.
Just did it there. Just felt like doing it that day.
Yeah, they did a couple of
close to his house.
Yeah, there's a couple screenings, and then you have that Q&A, and they're already announced a physical release. It's coming, I think, next month, right? Physical
October 1st. Oh no, yeah, October 15th.
Yeah,
for the physical. Yeah, streaming starts on October 1st.
Okay, well, I'm gonna really look into that Apple TV thing, and if I can actually do it, maybe I'll do that right after.
And he's doing it like tomorrow. He's doing a watch with Kevin in Jersey at the Smodcastle Theater.
Oh yeah. Oh, so he's flying around the country, going back and forth from coast to coast.
Yeah, he's gonna keep because I guess yesterday or the day before, him and Ken Jeong, or how do you say his last name?
Jeong?
Ken Jeong. They were on Good Morning America together promoting it.
Kevin and Dr. Ken.
Dr. Ken, yeah, because he's pals now because he's been in it.
Well, I always thought he was really funny.
Did Kevin do Masked Singer?
He will maybe next.
Maybe next.
That would be.
There has been a relationship with the Masked Singer team because the new version of the movie costume is from that design team.
Well, that's what he needs to do. A version of movie. He has to do a version of movie as a singer.
Well, I think everyone would kind of know, or they would just guess.
Yeah, he'll be singing like Purple Rain or something from the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for being here tonight. Check out all that stuff I mentioned, and check out everything on the United Federation of Podcasts. Thanks, Darryl, once again for being with us again. Regrets from Jeff Mader. We couldn't squeeze him in tonight, but we'll see him. We'll see if we can fit him on next time.
He'll be on next week. All of his people are gone, aren't they? Oh no, he has one left.
Yeah, he's got Mackenzie, but I think people are going to target Mackenzie sooner than later. So
he'll be back unless she gets eliminated next week.
Yeah, I think Team Jeff is. I don't think Darryl. Either you or I are winning this season. I think that is a foregone conclusion. Mackenzie has a chance, but if I like my odds, I have Chelsea. I think of your two picks, I guess Chemo is the more favorite of Chemo and Rubina, right? So,
yeah.
I like your odds, Dave.
I also have Cam, but I don't really think he has very good odds at all. So even if I think even if people are forced to vote for him, they won't. So I don't know. Somehow it's not looking good for Cam, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong with that. All right. Check out everything here on the United Federation of Podcasts. And until next time, love one another. See you on the flip side.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Boonvez. Love one another. Good night.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. Tune in to X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show. Artistic interviews with graphic histories. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And movie reviews with Hold Up, a movie podcast. And while you're at it, spin a few records with Eamon on Track. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.